You're listening to the podcast where we talk about life, sports, family, and everything in between. Welcome to Just Talking Out Loud with your hosts, Ron and Terry.
Hello and welcome to the show. I'm Ron.
And I'm Terry.
It's great to have you here as we are winding down February. This is the last show of February, Terry. February 27th. Hard to believe I started my new job that day, the 27th, 6 years ago.
It's already been 6 years?
6 years ago. Is that crazy?
Yeah,
well, I mean, think about, I have a couple things I want to talk about, but this hit me last night. And as we were going to bed, we just watched Fenn Saturday night into Sunday. And we're laying down, and I don't know why it hit me, but it did. So I started thinking about my age, right? And like time. And so 3 years from now, well, actually 2 years, because I'm going to be turning 58, I'm going to be 60. And I never really thought about it before.
You
like
don't think
that
of yourself
seriously,
as aging like
yeah,
that.
I didn't, and I guess last night, I'll be honest, it scared me. It kind of took me back a little bit.
Be the old people.
Because I'm like, 60? I don't feel 60. I really don't. Maybe after watching Fenn for a day and a half, I do, but not really. But I don't feel 60, but it started me thinking about a lot of things that
we're not prepared for?
We're not prepared for. Like, we really don't have a will prepared.
We don't have a long-term plan of any kind.
We don't. And I think we are going to have to not
sit
think.
Down and
we have to do it.
Sit down and do.
We have to go see a lawyer.
What our wishes are, really,
and have it written up. Just do it.
Yeah.
Because it'll be for our kids, really, for them to not have to. Everything will be planned. What do we want to do? Do we want to get buried? Are we going to get cremated? Are we, all those things that you think about? Well, you don't think about because
you don't want to think.
I don't want to think about it, but it has to be done. So I wanted to get your kind of your feeling on, are you thinking burial? Are you thinking cremation? Are you thinking, do you want to have
all of my relatives lately have been cremated, but I don't know. I'm out of here, so, I won't need this body anymore.
I've been thinking a lot about.
We're supposed to get a new body anyhow, right?
Well, if we're going to be burial, we better start saving now.
Yeah, because you need a plot.
Because if you don't,
I thought your family still had some plots.
I don't know
here in town.
It's not a question that I ask, but it's not the point is if you're because it's expensive.
Yes.
And our life insurance only goes up to what, 65?
I don't know. We can renew it at that point.
At 65?
Yeah, it's a term insurance policy, so whenever it's done, we could renew it for less. Like, we could put a lot less on it because we will only need burial. Like, right now, we have more, like, when we took it out, we owed more on the house and this and that. So we had enough that if one of us went, the other one would be okay because it would pay those things off. So the next time we renew it, we could renew it for just burial purposes. You know what I mean? Only.
I think I have switched. I think I have. Oh, it doesn't matter.
Is it?
I don't know. I'm thinking this might be. Well, it doesn't matter. I just happened to look at the
board.
Yeah, you're number one, babe.
Oh,
you're
wow.
number one.
I'm number one.
So anyway, yeah, I don't know. We need to get some things
set
done for our kids' sake, but for our sake too,
and for our partners. If one of us would go and the other one wouldn't.
I mean, we're also we bought a new car. We bought a car. We put in a shed, a little mini house, Terry calls it.
Yes, it's a good size apartment.
Yeah. We want to get the liner and the pool done. We act like we got money growing on trees.
Yeah, you keep plucking it off there.
And now I want to change the bathroom.
And so we bought tile
So
today.
we bought tile we were looking at shower stalls.
Yes.
Because I was thinking, okay, that would be the way to go. It'd be cheaper. Well, to be honest,
it's not that much cheaper.
No, and we liked this one thing, didn't realize it was peel and stick.
Yeah, and we don't.
We're not doing peel and stick.
Mm-hmm.
No, we're not doing that. I mean, if you're going to spend, and that was still going to be
$1,100 or something like
for
that.
peel and stick.
And we got $300 worth of tile and grout.
Yeah, $350.
Now we're going to pay more to have that installed.
Yes,
because it takes a lot longer to install tile than it does surround.
But we're going to get what we want.
Yes,
which is something we don't always do.
No,
we always say we back off and we say, well, no, because that was, you know what? This really fits into my first subject. So we were talking about buying a car. We're talking about the bathroom, and so my first segment is who calls the shots,
like in our household, or
like for us, we do, Me, you don't think we talk about it?
We do, but I usually just let you do what you want.
So the car would have been a no.
I don't know if I would have gotten the car. It was a deal and a spur of the moment, but you were the one driving the truck. So if you felt the truck was falling apart, then we needed a new vehicle.
The truck was having some issues. Well,
I would have much rather waited for your truck, but if you didn't think your truck was going to make it till the other truck is here. So
it's a Maverick and doesn't. I've got people that.
I was still very happy with my car. You know what I mean?
The Escape is a big upgrade for me.
Yes, from that truck, because you said the truck seemed like it was falling apart and it was smelling hot sometimes, and it was, you know what I mean? So I wasn't driving it. That's why I was just like, well, if you think it's that bad, we'd need to replace it then.
But I miss the truck.
Because today we could have used it.
We could have used it.
Although, was the bed...
The car worked well. But there are certain times when the truck comes in handy, for sure. And the Maverick, there's no telling when it's coming in because they're saying some people have waited 500 days. You know, they've had an order since 2021. Now, why those orders aren't getting fulfilled first
I don't understand.
Doesn't make any sense to me.
Unless they want something special on it and they're only making so many of those.
So I really don't want, to be honest, if the truck, I would like it to wait a whole year. Get through this year.
We'll know.
And we'll know where we stand.
We'll know exactly. A year from now, if I am already retired, we'll know exactly what I'm making. We'll know what's being taken out for taxes, if we need to pay extra for taxes. We'll know all those things, and we'll know what our budget is better to know whether we can afford a payment or we need to pay it off.
Yeah.
And all that kind of stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, it would be really something to have two brand new. We've never ever. Well, we've never done a brand. This is our first. Well, the Aveo, but that's more like a tractor.
We got a cash for clunkers deal on that.
Yeah, it was $4,000.
And it was a clunker.
It was
and we traded a nice car in for the clunker.
Yeah, we did.
We traded way down. We traded a luxury car for the Aveo, which was a very low. But at that point, we just needed a way for a student to get to and from school and work and stuff like that.
Well, it did all that and more.
It did.
It sounded like a Mack truck from inside. You thought the front end was going to fall off from the beginning. From day one, it had this rattle.
It was so little. It
wasn't little. I drove it every day.
The rattle was...
No, the rattle was just, it felt like the front end. That's why I kept taking it in, saying there's got to be something wrong with it. And it's just the way it ran. It's just had these little tiny tires on it. But in its defense, it did everything we asked it to do. It got Zachary to barely from Penn State to here because he said it would blow him off the road if it was windy.
In the bad weather, he
hated driving that car.
In the bad weather.
We found out later. Yeah. But as far as making decisions, Terry, it's funny that you said me because this says if you ask him, he says him, but if you ask her, then it was her. This survey said that men believed they were the ones with the most influence, while 60% of women believed they had the most.
Well, I'll give you an example. We would not have the couch downstairs that we have.
I love that couch.
I liked the one that looked more streamlined or whatever.
Wait,
I think it was a little more expensive.
It wasn't a... What does that say?
I don't know. It was like a year
was it
before
two?
that. We saw it like a year before that. It was a sectional.
Sectional?
And it was almost the same color, but there was one that I really liked before that. And you were like, oh.
This one had the high back. This one we still have, and it's brand new.
Yeah. I mean,
Basically.
it's still in good shape, but I just figured, that was your room. That's where the guys come and watch hockey with you and stuff. So get what you wanted down there.
Well,
now, I think our couch upstairs we picked together. I just wish we could have sat on it because I don't know if we would have bought that.
No, we
one
probably would not have bought that
one
couch.
It is it's the right size for our
Yeah,
room.
it's perfect size.
Perfect size.
Yeah, color.
It's just the perfect color.
Yep.
But it's not as comfortable as I would have wanted a couch to be.
Well, sleeping on it Saturday night because he woke up around 2, I think, coughing, and I thought he was going to go right back to sleep. I was rocking him, and he's got his fingers because he sucks on 2 of his fingers, and then he just looks up at you with his eyeballs. I'm like, oh, what are you doing? And then I pretend like because I have one eye open just to see what he's doing. He's staring at me. So then I close my eyes, and then he goes back, kind of settles in. Well, after about 40 minutes of that, I figured, you know what, maybe we'll lay on the couch.
Then he knows you're not leaving
So
him.
I laid him on the couch, and I laid right beside him, and then he was out. So I laid on the couch.
He
And
knew
it's
you weren't leaving him there on the couch.
He sleeps really good on the couch.
Uh-huh.
But it is not,
Real
it's not the
comfortable.
most comfortable couch.
Yeah.
So no doubt if we would have sat on it, we would not have bought that couch. There's no way.
I love the size of it
The
because
size,
our room is small
yes.
and it's a sectional, but it's a smaller sectional. The size, and that's what we ordered it online because of the size. Oh,
Yep.
that's a perfect size. Also, what do you call it? The lounge part can go from one side to the other. Like, so if we wanted to change the room all the way around and put the lounge on the other side, we could do that.
Yes.
So that was a plus too with our small living room.
It does fit the room.
It fits the room
perfect.
great.
It doesn't look too bulky. We've had parties. Now that we have the bigger table, we don't need the bigger couch because the table expands.
Mm-hmm.
So that really helps too. So, and we've used it and it does work.
Yeah.
It works out. But as far as like the car thing, I said
almost all the vehicles I would think were your choice. Now, there were a couple times that they were just family vehicles and they were the cheapest for the best. They were the best deal we could get at that point, and so we took them.
But if you'd have said
no,
no,
our Woody, we got that because it was the best deal. It had a car seat already in it for Zachary.
Yeah,
it was like just the best deal
it was a good
that
van.
we could find, and
it was a Dodge. It was a Dodge car van, but I don't remember
we just call it the Woody.
The Woody because it had wood grain on the side.
But it was great for when our kids were growing up because it had the full back seat, a middle seat that's at 2, plus it had 2 car seats in it so that when Zachary had a friend, we could just fold it right out. It was like perfect for that time in our life, and it just worked out really good.
The idea wasn't, we've talked about this car thing before, but we're actually just trying to figure out like who makes the shot, who calls the shots. And for the Honda, I've never had a Honda before. This is the first time we've ever owned a Honda. We've had Fords, Dodges, we've had Pontiacs, I think we've had Chevy, Subaru.
Loved my Scooby-Doo.
Yeah. Dodge Murata. That was my first one. But this car, the Honda.
The Eagle. What was the Eagle? The Eagle.
It was a Plymouth,
Eagle.
I believe.
That's what we changed in for cash for clunkers. And the
only
only thing was
having
wrong.
issues.
It was having electrical
issues, yeah.
Which were going to cost us more than whatever, and that's why we turned it in because we couldn't afford to, him drive to school or work and be stuck someplace because it wouldn't start because it was an electrical issue and it wouldn't even jump,
Yeah, that car, I had to open up the hood and then put 2 things together for the something electrical. Something either chewed through it or it broke. It was just but that car was.
But it had a nice moonroof in it.
Yeah, it was
had
nice.
all that.
So we never had any of that stuff before.
It had all the nice things in it, so it was nice.
But this car that we have now, the CRV, the more I drive it, the more I like it. The safety features, it is a little bigger
That's the only thing I don't like
know
about
you
it. I
don't
don't
like it.
parking it at school, and I do not like putting it in pulling it in and out of the garage.
But it's not that. I mean, it's not that much bigger, but it's.
Oh, it is. I mean, you only have about an inch on each side of your mirror, or you're going to smack something coming in and out of the garage.
I really like the roominess.
It does have a lot more room
When we go on vacation, we're going to have all this room up front. We can have all our snacks
up there with us, yes.
But it doesn't seem like I'm right next to you. It feels like I have my own space.
Yeah.
And we have the car seat
now.
Not
only that, my purse will fit in the middle between us instead of on the floor. Like if I need something out of my purse.
Yes.
Like where that cup holder is. I could put it right on top of there. Or if I have a cup in there, I could, We
got a garbage can now in there.
So
Terry's Kleenexes.
Yeah. Well, that's this
and all
winter
that
doing
stuff.
That to
but
me.
So you're saying I call the shots then?
I usually don't.
So this bathroom is my call then. Basically, you didn't have.
Well,
because I
just said if we're going to spend $1,100 and get a peel and stick, then
I wasn't doing the peel and stick.
And you said we weren't doing the peel and stick,
I'm
so
not
I
doing
said,
that.
okay, let me pick out what I like then.
Well,
Which I did, and you let me, but then you let me have mine.
I
Like the
wasn't
herringbone we bought today is my choice.
I think all of it. I didn't. I wanted you to pick what you thought went with the colors.
We decided together that we didn't want to redo the floor.
No, I don't want to redo the floor.
Which we don't need to redo the floor. It's not that much. To tell you the truth, it wouldn't cost us that much more to redo the floor if we wanted to do it the same as the shower. I mean, it's not like it's not like a 10-foot bathroom where we have, 10 by 10 to put down.
Yeah, everything's got to come out of there anyway if I end up getting all the walls redone.
Yeah.
I'm not tearing out. I'm just having them skim coat to make it a flatter surface. But especially the walls I might be able to deal with if the ceiling wasn't the way it was. If he just does the ceiling, I might be okay with the walls. Maybe. But I hate it. But that's beside the point. It's kind of a wave. I did this thing. I was in a hurry.
Well, we had a lot going when you put that in there.
But so you say I call the shots, and basically that's what you're saying. I call the shots.
The shed, you called all the shots.
Well, yeah, the shed I did. Because I wish I could have moved it over 3 feet.
Because I wanted it moved 3 to 5 feet.
But they barely wanted me to put it back. And I didn't have any other place to put it.
It's just that it's really tight to get porch furniture in and out and down around. We're going to have to go up and around. The porch
we've
furniture
done it before.
is
We did it.
I know it's going to be a pain, but when we're 70, are we going to want to put that porch furniture?
No, everything's going to stay out.
Well, I know we're going to cover it and it's going to stay out until it's rusted through.
I think that's why I had this. I had this feeling of being 60 and thinking about all this stuff. Our house is split entry, up and down the stairs because I was carrying laundry
up and down,
and then pool. And
way
it's not
down the hall.
And it's on a hill. Because I'd like to do concrete, make it a little easier to get up and down.
Yeah, because then we can fall down the concrete.
If you're going to fall on concrete, make it worthwhile. That's what I say. But now, the age thing is starting to creep in my head, and I don't know why that happened, lad. But that's anyway. So that's like you said. It's something you think about as you get older. Cutting grass, all this stuff. Yeah. So anyway, try not to think about it. Anyway. So who calls the shots? Terry does. All right.
You say Terry does.
Yeah, and you say I do. I think we tried, though. Don't we try to make...
I think we do better than most couples do at doing it together. I think we do. Like today we went for towel.
I wanted you to pick what you wanted.
Yeah,
I didn't. That wasn't
and we found something we both liked for the shower.
Yeah, I think money-wise, I think well, here's the thing. Even if we end up spending a little bit more, it's what we want. We just don't do that.
Yeah, we don't do that a lot.
We always cry and like skim, and then always not that we. Although the shed we didn't skimp, and we didn't skimp on the car. That car's going to be that car's going to. I mean, we don't get rid of cars.
No, we drive them for 10 or more years.
So that car's here. We're going to be 67 and scale down to one car. Hopefully, we'll both be retired or hit the lottery or something. But I mean, I do think with the car thing, we made the decision because my decision was we were going to go down a step or two down. And you're like, well, if we're going to do it, why not get some of the extras? And, when you were able to play they listened to Zachary on the way to church because he plays at a different church. You were like, okay, this is good. I like this because usually it'll say no connection or something like that.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think we try to make.
Which I think it would have done with the smaller model too. But he didn't have a smaller model coming in, did he?
I will say this, and I am to blame for this because I get something in my head and then I start running with it. But I am trying to. Part of my thing is Terry wants to retire. She's going to retire this year, that's possible, and it's possible she's going to retire. Yeah, is that a good word?
Yes.
So my thing was to try because our pool liner needs changed. So we got to do this while she's working because we don't know exactly what we're doing financially. We're doing better than we have in a long time. So if we get all these little things done, doesn't mean any little things aren't going to pop up, but it's not major. Like this bathroom,
we'll
it's
have all
leaking.
the major
The shower
things.
is leaking.
We've done the roof. We've done the furnace.
Yes.
We've done all we've done the kitchen.
Yes.
We've done all the major things. If we decide to make little changes, they're not going to be major.
Correct. Okay, so we've made the decision that Ron still makes a decision. Okay. I wanted to ask this, and then we'll move on. We're pressed for time too here now. All of a sudden, we're on a day off. We actually had the day off, and it does make me want to retire.
Yes,
I love being home. I do.
Just
running and doing some things.
Or we could have slept in a little bit and cleaned. We could have got all the plants out and all the leaves off of them, and
Yeah, that's true. Especially on this one side. So is it okay? Now we don't live very close to our neighbors, but if you were to live close to a neighbor.
I mean, we're lucky. We're in town, and some of our neighbors are 5 to 10 feet apart.
Well, and then we don't have the one behind us is 40 feet.
We bought the lot behind us.
Otherwise, it'd be right up against us.
We're on a dead end, and the road is on the other side, so we don't have any houses right on top of us. The closest one is across the street, and they're the ones that could hear Zachary when he was a baby.
Because we have friends, Sandra and Tim have a house. Well, now they don't. They used to have.
Bought that second house.
But they do have one on the other side.
They had one
real close.
They had one on each side.
Right. Your brother has neighbors really.
Close.
I might even be like 2-3 feet between them. So, do you think it's okay to ask your neighbors to close their window shades so they can't see into your house?
No, I close my own so they can't see.
Well, that's what I was thinking. I mean, if you just happen to glance and they're walking around
naked, don't look.
Now, if they have a full surveillance camera, because they like what they see, then you might have a problem.
Yes, then I might ask them to take it off. But I don't think I would
just close your shades.
I would just close my shades.
Yeah, just close your shades, not have to close.
I mean, if
shades.
you're 3 feet from me and you like to walk through the house naked and I don't want to see, I would close my shades.
Well, I think this one is saying she wanted to know if it's okay to ask the neighbor to close their shades because she didn't want to see what was going on in their house because she could, well, then don't look.
Close your own shades.
Then you won't have to look. You won't even be tempted.
But just close your own shades.
You just kind of peek through the little blind, see if anything's going on. Say, well, no, nothing today. They're just eating beans naked. So I just think that it would be weird
to ask them
just close your own shades. I don't know what they have going on
unless you don't have shades and they do.
Maybe they like the windows being wide open. Maybe they're
I mean, I do like windows and I like air coming in my house.
Yes,
and
you do.
I like the sun coming in my house and stuff.
Summertime.
But if I had someone 3 feet on the side of me, the sun's not going to come in that window anyhow.
It's not. In fact, the window is kind of worthless.
Well, unless you have a fire and you need out.
Well, depending on, I know. But even then, the houses were so close. Your brothers,
they're close.
I mean, they had like a little walkway you went down to get to the backyard, and it was narrow.
Yes.
It was so close. A lot of places in Pittsburgh
are like that, yeah.
I
mean, RJ's lived in a lot of places.
RJ's house that's next to him is very close to him.
Oh, yeah, on the one side. But they're on the corner then, so they've got the corner lot.
Right. But the one side
is very
the way
close.
The house is even up higher on the hill, so it's kind of
higher
weird.
than him because it's going, Yeah. But all the houses right there, like across the street, they're all pretty close.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if I could go over to the neighbors and say, hey, can you close your blinds?
Not like Now, then the subdivision Nathan and Alexis live in, that's the newer ones. They're like 10 to 20 feet apart.
Yeah. Yeah, they're not.
Their lots
not
are
bad.
wider,
Yeah.
and they give you 10 to 20 feet. If each of you are 10 feet off your lot, you got 20 feet in between your houses.
Well, I think now,
you have
used
to have
be
5
feet.
It's 5 feet in Sousterbain. You
Is it
have
still
to have
5?
5 feet. I know.
Well, Nathan's Sousterbain, it's at least 10, right?
I think in some of the newer subdivisions they have, and they also have what do I want to say? Requirements for their house. It has to be so much living space too.
Yeah.
Like if you buy in certain subdivisions and you're going to build yourself and not have that builder build, you have to have so many thousands feet of square living space, and you have to have so much room on each side of your house and all that. And that's because of that plan. That's what they want. For that.
But
just like HMOs, some places you go in Maryland and places where like Jillian's lived, and there was HMOs, and you couldn't just paint your door red because your HMO had to approve it.
Right. Yeah. I don't know. I just think it'd be kind of weird to go up to somebody and say, hey, close your blinds. I can see everything that's going on in there. Well, then, listen, peeping Tom, right? I mean, 'cause that would make me look like, well, what are you watching for? What are you looking, stop creeping on my wife, or vice versa, the husband, whatever. It just, my whole thing is it's kind of claustrophobic. They got those houses so close, but that's how they did it.
Oh, in big
back in the
cities,
days.
they're like
Cities
that all the time.
Yeah, you're right up against each other. So just close your blinds.
I mean,
That's all.
some of them apartment buildings in big cities, you could probably hear through the walls.
Probably. Yeah, that's true,
Especially
too.
if they're noisy people.
What do you think, folks? You think it's okay to ask the neighbor to close their blinds so you can't see in? Just sounds weird.
It sounds. I would invest in my own blinds and close them.
Yeah. A couple other things we're going to talk about before we take a break. How to lose weight. The average adult slips on about 2.5 extra pounds a year. A weight creep that some researchers argue could be prevented merely by eating 2 less cookies a day.
But if you're
not even eating? Yeah.
I don't even eat
You
2
had
cookies
4.
a day. I had 4 one day in
yesterday.
In like 14 days, I had 4 cookies.
That treat, or even 3 fewer bites of a fast food hamburger, the equivalent of 100 calories daily, can keep off the pounds, they say. So instead of having that 3rd or 4th, or in my case, 8th cookie, maybe cut it down. Or donuts.
I was miserable with 4 cookies too.
Was you after you ate the 4? Well, you've been off sugar for a while.
But then I ate a muffin this morning. But you notice I took all morning to eat it.
Yeah.
I had 2
the muffin,
bites
the blueberry.
here. Yeah. And
But you had part
I
of
did better
mine.
with that. No, I just tasted it. I wanted to see
good.
if it was more cake-like than mine, and it was.
It was very good. Chocolate chip was The Walmart rack, the sale rack. Dang them.
Yeah, they had all kinds of goodies.
'Cause
We
that
could have
bread-
bought pies. We
Yeah.
could have bought bread. That bread is really good.
Bread is very good
But
for toast.
Yeah, but we're not supposed to have
Well-
all the. I'm not eating all the carbs, and so then it goes bad before I can.
The thing of it is, we have this app. It's called, it's YUKA. I don't know if it's Yucca. I don't know. And it you scan the barcode and it tells you if it's good or bad. And we have this 45 calorie bread, and it said it was bad. And then the regular bread is good. So what are we doing?
It said that our diet bread was worse.
Bad. Yeah, it was worse.
It probably has no nutrition.
Or maybe that was
value.
the almond milk. The almond milk was bad. The
almond
regular milk was good.
Yeah, and
It's like, what the heck? I thought almond milk was supposed to be, I know
less
vitamin
fat.
D
It's supposed to be less fat.
is regular milk. I understand that. But
you're watching your fat and cholesterol. That's why we switched to almond.
Well, they also thought that this phlegmy crap that I get in my throat was part of the milk, but almond does the same thing, so it really doesn't matter. But peanut butter is
so
really
it could
bad.
be environmental then, too.
Could be a lot of stuff, yeah. All right, we come back where we'll do a couple things, and we're going to talk about better pancakes. Who doesn't want a better pancake? I love my pancakes. Although I like French toast.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll talk about Fen going on our first
breakfast
with him And boy, we need to learn a lot of stuff because we're out of practice. And we'll talk about that. And also, if you need to help you sleep better, this might help you. I'm not sure about it. We'll talk about it coming up next. So you want to start a podcast. Maybe you're listening to the show today and you're thinking to yourself, boy, that would be fun. And I have a lot of things I want to talk about. Maybe today is the day. Maybe you're looking for a new marketing channel, or you have a message that you'd like to share with the world, or you just think it would be fun to have a talk show. Now, it is a lot of fun just talking to your friends. Maybe you have ideas about sports, life, or whatever your passion is. Today's the day. Podcasting is easy, it's inexpensive, and it's a fun way to expand your reach online. And where should you go? Buzzsprout. It's hands down the easiest, and it's the best way to launch, promote, and track your podcast. And your show, believe it or not, can be online and listed in all the major podcast directories in minutes, like Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcast, and you wouldn't believe how many more there are. And they make it simple to join all of them. Podcasting is not hard when you have the right partners, and Buzzsprout is the team to join. They are passionate about your success. You can join over 1,000 podcasters already using Buzzsprout. We're one of them. We've been on Buzzsprout from the beginning, and I'm so glad I joined up. I had a little bit of an issue, emailed a customer service rep, and they got back to me within 5 minutes, and they had me calm down. It wasn't that hard, and what I was doing was my fault. So here's all you got to do. Click on the link in the show notes. It tells Buzzsprout we sent you. You can support our show, and if you get a paid plan, you get a $20 gift certificate from Amazon. Now, here's some other things that Buzzsprout provides. Like, you get a great-looking podcast website. Now, a lot of people think, oh, I got to get a website, got to pay for that. No, you don't. They provide it for you. Also, they have audio players. Maybe you have a website, and all you want to do is promote your show on your own website. You can do that with their audio players, and you can also drop it into other websites and on Facebook or Twitter, and they help you do it all. Believe me, Buzzsprout is the way to go. They've helped me immensely, and I've had a lot of fun doing it. So maybe today is a day for you to start your podcast. And if you do, check out the link below in the show notes and get a $20 Amazon gift card. Hello and welcome back to the show. We've been talking about who makes decisions. We've been talking about closing your shades if you don't want to see in the neighbor's house. We're going to talk now about pancakes because I love pancakes, and this recipe seems it's really simple, really weird. Not weird. It's just how they want you to make them. But Terry and I went for the first time. We've been talking about taking Finn because we had Finn overnight. We always say, let's take him to breakfast or just go out, you know. Yeah. And so we decided to do that. It's kind of a last, it was a whim because we can, let's do lunch. Finally, I said, let's just go. So we got him ready, and it worked out fantastic. The problem is the car seat had never been in, this one was not really adjusted right. And it was squeezing. I don't know how we got him in there because the poor thing was squeezing trying to get those two clips in. It was squeezing luckily a lot of room in his diaper. It would have just cut the oxygen off for me. I mean, that's how tight it was on him. And then we had the seatbelt was in wrong. The shoulder strap. It should have gone down in front, not over like I did it. I had it the wrong way. Should have gone down in front. So we'll fix that. But I think it's just, usually Terry and I are by ourselves. We get ready, boom, we're gone. So now we have this third person, and he needs, a
snack.
Yeah, we should have had a snack. We didn't have that. But the phone always works because he likes to watch elephants. You put elephants on, he's good to go. So I think
he's really easygoing.
He's very easygoing. I mean, he did one out before the food came. And then you give him a whole flapjack, and man, he just takes that whole flapjack in his hand. And he doesn't like syrup, though. Maybe it's just
I think he does. I think, yeah, because I would drizzle a little bit, but he likes to pick up the.
Yeah, he doesn't like it on his fingers. He thinks it's sticky.
Yeah,
on his fingers. I noticed that. He likes sausage.
I think he would like the syrup baked into the flapjack.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, he probably would. It was good. We went to Bob Evans and Bob Evans. It's great breakfast. I love their breakfast. But is there such a thing as a bad pancake? Well, if it's burnt. But other than that, it really isn't them. We usually put chocolate
that one
chips in
time
it.
mine was really flat. I don't know. But then crepes are really flat. And
Yeah.
we like crepes too.
We do like crepes, and we like our chocolate chip pancakes. Terry likes to put peanut butter on her pancakes with syrup, right?
Mm-hmm.
There are some pancakes that are better than others. I was trying to think. The last time I had pancakes, well, I haven't had them out. I usually get French toast because we don't make a lot of French toast.
Well, I used to.
They said there's a trick to making better pancakes, according to this British chef, Steve Smith. And he says it comes down to two words: room temperature. He points out, Chef Steve, that the key lies in the batter and making sure all the ingredients are at room temperature before they're added. So that would mean the milk too, right?
Yeah.
Or whatever, unless you add water, I guess. Do you add water to pancakes?
Some pancake mixes are add on water only.
He said that after the batter's made, you should then let it rest for 5 minutes. And then he says that is something we don't do. Once we mix it, we just start pouring onto the griddle. He says this gives the batter time to relax and for all the lumps to smooth out naturally. And that gives the pancakes a thick consistency, which in turn means that they'll be nice and fluffy.
Okay, well,
so
we'll try
should we
that
try
next
that
time.
where we let it sit, be patient, try not to be
Usually
as hungry?
when we have breakfast for dinner, we've been throwing around what we're going to have, and then we say, "Oh, let's have breakfast," and then we just, boom, boom, we're hungry by then.
Yeah.
So we need to plan the breakfast and for dinner. And
Yeah.
Yeah.
But our pancakes usually, I mean, I do like pancakes, and we eat them for dinner. We've had them for dinner.
Yep.
That's sometimes we just have breakfast for dinner. We do them for breakfast too. But we don't do French toast very often.
We used to do French toast.
We like that one cinnamon bread.
Oh, we like when I used to go to the bread store and get cinnamon bread, and then we would make French toast with that.
I'm sure they have it at Sam's, a little loaf, but then they probably have it in twos. You can always freeze it though.
Yeah.
If you had to. But better pancakes, the idea is to let it set room temperature. Let it set. I don't know about the milk though. Does the milk go bad? Well, I guess you get the milk out just what you need, right?
Put
pour
a
a cup, whatever.
Put a cup or two.
Let
cups,
it get down to room temperature,
then
and then
pour
mix
it in,
everything in,
and
and let it sit for 5 minutes,
minutes.
and let's see if they become more fluffy. Couldn't say fluffy for some reason. So we'll let you know. Maybe we'll try that.
Yeah.
Terry's been having trouble sleeping. She just hasn't been feeling great. She has this ringing in her ear. This might help you, Terry, but then again, this just might make you hungry, because what they're saying is this could help people fall asleep. It's the snap and the crackle and the pop of bacon cooking can put people to sleep. I guess, would you put this on your phone? You know what I mean? Like you would have
bacon cooking?
Yeah, no, you just have bacon that's sizzling. They have sounds like ocean sounds. They've got birds and stuff like that.
Bacon cooking sounds.
YouTube videos. Well, this is interesting because we tried it again, the lullabies on YouTube.
Oh, when he went to sleep.
And he went right to sleep. It was about 8:30, 8:45, somewhere in there. And it wasn't, maybe it was a little after 8, whatever. He was getting tired. You knew he was getting tired.
He was starting to suck his fingers.
So we put on the lullabies and he kind of looked at it, laid his head down, and somebody's in our driveway or something. He was out cold. So maybe you put this videos of bacon cooking, apparently are very popular for those who suffer from insomnia. The smell of the salt-cured pork is associated with waking up in the morning, but some people say it's the sound of the cooking that can lure them to sleep. Maybe that would help you with your ringing. If you heard baking sizzling, it would make me hungry.
I think it would make me want bacon because I know
you love bacon.
I love bacon. I think it would make me hungry and I'd have to get up and cook bacon.
Now, they also said that if maybe you don't really want the bacon sound because it'll make you hungry and make you want bacon. They also say that rain and thunder sometimes put people to sleep.
A rainy night. Love to hear the thunder.
But experts say the sound of meat cooking could have a similar effect. I like when the rain, it's a nice steady rain hitting the roof, and I do like that. It helps me. I don't know. It's just kind of a relaxing sound. Thunder, I don't want the thunder in the middle of the night where it wakes me out of a dead sleep. That doesn't work. Especially when the lightning hits a tree close by.
Yes. And we're all up then because we heard it crack, and who's it falling on?
Exactly. Yeah. Ain't that true? Because we've had those really close by too, right below us here.
Mm-hmm. Luckily, it didn't go on our pool.
If you're having trouble sleeping, maybe bacon sound is the way to go. But put it on your phone because I don't know if you'd want to be up.
The smell would definitely keep me up. I would have to get up.
Make you so hungry.
Mm-hmm.
And who wants to cook bacon at 2 a.m. if you can't sleep? It'd have to be a sound on your phone. It'd have to be.
Yeah.
The old sizzling, but it still make me hungry. It made me think about bacon.
Just thinking about
it is making me hungry for bacon right now.
Yeah.
Be honest. Something about bacon.
A BLT will always hit the spot.
Yeah, ain't that the truth? They did a survey, and people will spend $1 billion on what this year? Think about that for a second. And then when I come back, because I want to congratulate, I really wanted to start the show out with this, and I didn't. We want to congratulate this gentleman who's having his third child, and this is a man from Colombia, and his doll, Natalia, are expecting their third child named Sammy.
His doll?
His doll, yes. He's engaged to a rag doll, and his fiancée is pregnant with the third child. He's a TikToker, of course, and he's from Colombia, and he has documents under, he's at MONTBK959, and he said he met the love of his life after being single for a number of years. Now they're expecting their third child. He said his plans for a dream wedding with Natalia, and the pair have already shared a son, and he made headlines because he had a dream wedding, and now they have a son and a daughter, and now they have another. Doesn't say, does it? This says third child, named Sammy. I guess it could be a guy or it could be a girl or a boy. So there you go. The guy, if you think love is lost, all you got to do is find the right doll, and you can be happy. He's happy. But he doesn't have any problem going out to eat, though. Worrying about the car seat.
Does he take them all with him?
I'm sure he does. Wouldn't he? Why wouldn't he? Fasten the wife in the car, 3 kids in the back. Yeah, why not? Well, rag dolls. I wish I had a picture. I should have had a picture of the rag doll. It's not like the
Are his children adopted?
No, he says they're from the doll. He makes them look just like the
doll.
The doll. I don't know, Terry. I'm just reading the story.
Okay.
I'm
very confused.
Yeah, he has 3 kids.
He wouldn't get tired chasing them around.
No, he wouldn't have to worry about them feeding times, pooping. He wouldn't have to worry about the pooper. Wouldn't have to worry about changing the diapers. Nothing. He's got it made. And you talk about who makes the decisions in that marriage.
Oh, yeah.
Huh? I bet she didn't want to be pregnant, but it didn't matter because he made the decision from his ragdoll wife. There. I knew you'd like that story.
Okay, what's a billion things?
Oh.
$1 billion.
Okay, they're going to spend $1 billion on what? Do you have any guess at all?
No.
What most Americans will spend $1 billion on? I figured you'd know this.
Exercise and dieting.
No, they're pets.
Oh, that would be.
They're pets. And that could go for a lot of different things.
Well, if you want an elephant, that would be very expensive.
If the dog is sick, you know how much. That's very expensive. Just buying all the toys that some people buy for their dogs and their pets, and the cats having their.
Our little Ranger wasn't very expensive at all, was he?
No, he didn't seem to be.
just every once in a while when we went on vacation and he got fleas. He
Yeah.
was allergic to fleas, so that would cost us a good $90 when we got back.
Let's finish up with the most romantic names according to books and films. I'm going to see if you have a romantic character name that you think, well, I mean, what do you think is romantic?
What are you thinking, boys or girls' names?
They're both, but I have both.
Okay.
So the main character name of most books, like you read a lot of books, and I was wondering if
ones
you
I've
had
read lately were like old-fashioned, like in the older days.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think.
What do you think?
They had odd names.
I only
really
have
odd
these
names.
are there's three. There's a top three, but there's a tie between 2 and 3. So there's a couple names that tied in the top 2s and 3s. Number 1 is number 1 on the men's, without a doubt. In fact, this is a lead character in the show that we're watching.
Oh, Jack.
Jack is number 1, main character, romantic name. Jack's number 1. You just shot that out of like a cannon.
Well, that's the only romantic show we've been watched, and that's romantic and not like.
Yeah, not like The Perfect Match.
Yeah, like not like reality show.
Yeah.
Like reality TV. That's the only thing we've been watching that's not reality.
No,
TV.
do you have any guess for a woman's romantic name in a book, or do you think is? It's funny. It's an old, like I consider it older
I
name.
like Victoria. I like
Victoria. Bella. Let's see. Bella's number. Okay, so Bella comes in. Well, I don't know. There's a. See how many tied for 3?
Oh my goodness.
Bella's right there. The number 1 main character name for a woman is Mary.
Huh.
So Jack and Mary, right? Men, guys and gals, and then for men it's Nick and James and Ben. All at number 2. And then number 3 is Peter and Joe.
Joe is a very common
romantic
names.
Romantic names for main characters. And then for women,
there's a whole bunch of
there's a bunch of 2s. Rachel, Kate, and Julia and Eva. Is that Eva or Ava? I guess it could be either one, right?
Mm-hmm. Like Eve would be Ava.
Eve? Is that Eve?
Eva.
And then number 3, Susan, Sophia, Mia, Julie, you said Bella, and Anna. Some other main characters.
Mia was one of my names for kids.
It was for romantic names through books and movies. I was trying to think of the name of Virgin. We've been watching Virgin River. We're kind of behind. What's her name do you remember her name in the show? It's Jack and I don't know. I can't think of it now. Wish I'd brought it up because now I'm going to get ridiculed.
Okay.
Yeah, because the people that watch this show are going to come back to me. So you watch it and you don't even know her name.
Yeah,
I do know her name, but I just for some reason this old head of mine is going blank. But anyway, that's some of the world's most romantic names according to books and films. So there you go. You're thinking. All right. While you're thinking, I want to say thank you for listening. We really appreciate that. Don't forget to subscribe. Every Monday we have a brand new show that pops out. Who knows? Every once in a while we might pop one out on a Monday or Tuesday like we did for Valentine's Day and for the Super Bowl. But you can follow us on Facebook or Twitter at Just Talking Out Loud. And you can contact us at justtalkingoutloud@gmail.com. We'd love to hear from you. Any ideas you'd like to hear about? I'd appreciate it. I was going to write down the question that I had sent out. What's the first thing you open when you get up in the morning? And I promise I'll do that the next show for March. We'll go through some of the things that people had written. We'll do that. And that's it. We're out of here, and we'll see you next time.
Have a blessed week.
Thank you for listening. We hope you enjoyed today's show.